This car shouldn't feel this fast, and it definitely shouldn't feel this usable. Because on paper, the McLaren 570S looks like just another exotic. Mid-engine, twin-turbo V8, carbon tub, the usual supercar checklist. But the first time you actually live with it, something feels different. It doesn't scream for attention the way a Lamborghini does. It doesn't try to intimidate you like a Ferrari. Instead, it almost whispers. And that's exactly why it surprises people. You walk up to it in a parking garage in Miami or Beverly Hills, it's low, sculpted, calm. Then, those dihedral doors lift up, not just sideways, but up and forward like they're unfolding, and suddenly every head turns. But here's the strange part. The drama ends the moment you sit inside, because instead of feeling chaotic or overwhelming, the 570S feels focused, clean, intentional. You're not buried in buttons. You're not drowning in screens. It's minimal. Driver first. Everything angled toward you like it was designed around your hands. And that's when you realize something. McLaren didn't build this car to impress people standing outside it. They built it for the person holding the steering wheel. Now let's talk about what nobody tells you about owning one in the US. Start it up. The twin-turbo V8 doesn't explode to life like some theatrical Italian engine. It wakes up sharp, mechanical, controlled. There's this deep metallic tone behind you. Not fake, not overly tuned for drama, real. And when you pull out into traffic, here's the shock. It's actually comfortable. I'm serious. You expect a spine-shattering ride. Instead, in normal mode, it glides. The suspension adapts. The steering is light. You can drive this thing through downtown LA traffic without sweating, but don't get too comfortable. Because that calm personality, it's hiding something. Tap the drive mode into sport or track, and suddenly the car tightens around you. The steering gains weight. The throttle sharpens. The gearbox snaps through gears like it's impatient. And the sound? It changes from composed to aggressive. You don't feel like you're driving the car anymore. You feel like you're plugged into it. And this is where the 570S separates itself from rivals like the Audi R8 or even the Porsche 911 Turbo. Those cars are insanely capable, almost too capable. They make speed feel easy, safe. The McLaren doesn't just give you speed. It gives you sensation. You feel the road texture through the wheel. You feel the engine sitting inches behind your spine. You feel the chassis pivot around you when you turn in hard. Because underneath it all is that carbon fiber tub. And that changes everything. It's rigid, extremely rigid, which means the suspension can do its job without flex. The car feels tight, connected, precise. And here's something owners quietly love. Even at highway speeds in the US, 70, 80, 90 miles per hour, it feels planted, calm, like it wants more. You're barely touching what it can do. But let's be honest for a second. Owning a McLaren isn't just about the drive. It's about the questions. Is it reliable? Is maintenance insane? Does it break all the time? And here's the truth people don't say out loud. The 570S isn't fragile, but it's not a Camry either. You maintain it properly. You don't ignore service intervals. You don't cheap out on tires, and it rewards you. The later 570S models especially improved in build quality compared to earlier McLarens. Still, this is an exotic. Insurance isn't cheap. Service at a certified dealer isn't cheap. And yes, parts are expensive. But here's the twist. Depreciation has already done most of the damage. That means today, in the US market, the 570S sits in a very interesting place. It's often priced near high spec. 911s or R8s. Yet the experience feels more exotic, more rare, more dramatic. And rarity matters. You'll see dozens of Porsches at a Cars and Coffee in Texas or Florida. You might see one McLaren, maybe. And when those doors go up, even other supercar owners look twice. But here's what really hooks people. The balance. The 570S doesn't try to overpower you with insane horsepower numbers. It gives you usable performance, controlled aggression, confidence. You can take it on a canyon road in California and feel alive, without feeling terrified. You can take it on a weekend cruise through Scottsdale and feel special without feeling exhausted. That's a rare combination. And then there's the engine character. Twin turbos mean torque arrives early. You don't need to rev it to the moon to feel the surge. You squeeze the throttle and it pulls, hard, smooth, relentless. But if you do push it toward red line, that's when the personality sharpens. The sound hardens. The shifts hit faster. The whole car feels like it tightens its muscles. And you realize something. This isn't just transportation. It's an event. Every single time. Even filling up gas feels different because people stare. They ask questions. They take photos. But once the doors close and you're alone inside, it becomes personal, quietly personal. And that's why some owners say they'll never go back to a regular sports car after owning a McLaren, because the 570S lives in that sweet spot. Not as intimidating as a 720S, not as raw as a track-only machine, not as common as German rivals. It's the bridge between usability and exotic madness. And here's the final truth. The 570S doesn't shout about what it can do. It waits. It waits for the right road, the right moment, the right driver. And when you give it that moment, it delivers something most cars can't. Not just speed, not just prestige, but connection. And once you feel that connection, once you realize how precise, how alive, how balanced this machine feels under you, you understand why the McLaren 570S isn't just another supercar. It's the one that quietly proves you don't need the loudest badge or the biggest horsepower number to own something truly unforgettable.